and gentlemen, Brendan Krick.
Thank you. I'm very small. I'm a small man. I'm small enough that I have to buy my clothing from a specialty small men's clothing company. Like, I'm wearing prescription clothes right now. That's how small I am. It's become a medical issue. I didn't know that was possible. I shot a gun for the first time recently. Woo! Unpopular response in San Francisco. One woo. I shot a gun for the first time recently. No one tells you that when you do that, you instantly turn Republican. I shot one bullet and I was like, maybe healthcare is a privilege. The crazy thing about guns is it doesn't matter who you are the rest of the time in your life. When you have one in your hands, you lose all perspective on what you believe. Like, my buddy brought out a pistol and I was like, I don't know if I want to turn, man. I don't really like guns. But then by the end of the day, he was bringing out like AR-15s and I was like, ooh, that's the one from the news. I was starstruck. It's like I was meeting a celebrity. It was exciting. I have alcoholism. I realized I was an alcoholic when I was 18 because I went to a party. My buddy gave me a beer and I was like, wow, this is great, but it would be even better alone in my room every night forever. So I started doing that. I started drinking alone in my room in my parents' house every night. Because I was 18, and I would get too drunk to walk through the hall to the bathroom to pee without my parents being like, hey Brendan, are you blackout drunk and 17? This is very rude. So I developed this clever system which you can use as well in your homes if you'd like, which, here's how it would work. I would get about 2/3 of the way down a bottle of whiskey, and then I would have to pee, so I would force myself to finish the last third so that I would have something to pee in. So eventually I had like 45 whiskey bottles, just 100% full of piss, under my childhood bed, and I had no exit strategy for this. I just thought, well, one day it will be full and I'll move out. That was my plan. And one day, I come downstairs and my dad is just sitting at the kitchen table frowning. And I sit across from him, because I'm like, oh, I think we're about to have a talk. And he reaches under the table and pulls out one of the piss bottles and slings it down the table at me like an Old West bartender. And I catch it and he says, Brendan, are you selling clean urine to the athletes at your school so that they can pass drug tests? And I said, no, Dad, when I get sad, I drink alone in my room in the dark. And then he got really relieved. Which I thought made the whole thing worse. He was like, oh, okay then, you just have the Krick curse. I was like, the what now? He's like, oh, it's no big deal. You see, in our family, we have this mysterious multi-generational curse where us Krick men, we have a drink and a little bell goes off in our head that says, have another drink, keep drinking until you're asleep. And I was like, Dad, do you mean alcoholism? He's like, no, it's something completely different. Ooh, spooky curse. Never use that word in my house again. So that's when I learned I don't have a problem, I just have a curse. You don't have to go to meetings for curses. You don't have to write any letters, it's great. It's just spooky fun. It's good spooky fun. I just discovered this new genre of pornography. It's my favorite, but I'm going to warn you in advance, it has a wildly aggressive name. So let's all just take a second. All right. It's called black ambush porn. Stings in the ears, I agree. All right. I'll explain what it is. Black ambush, you're all going to be on board by the end. Black ambush porn, what it is they get a white porn actress and they sit her down, they interview her about what the scene's going to be like. And then the whole time they have a white porn actor chilling in the corner with his shirt off, and it's implied that's going to be the dude in the scene. And then they finish the interview and they're like, all right, let's bring in the guy. And the girl panics and she's like, wait, isn't that the guy? And they go, oh no. And then they bring in a black guy and then they zoom the camera in super tight on her face to see if she's racist or not. At least I assume it's porn. I'm not sure because I always just come then. I've never watched to see if they fuck after that. I just like that part. All right, I'll leave you guys with this. I'm very depressed. I'm a very depressed man, and I just got a prescription for Zoloft, which is very good. I recommend Zoloft. My doctor, when he gave it to me, he said, before I give this to you, I need to warn you, it has a side effect. You may experience erectile dysfunction and the complete inability to orgasm. And I was like, all right, if I already have that, will this cancel it out? And the answer is no, it makes it so much worse. All right, thank you.